Hello and welcome to Mastering in the Box. In today's 5-minute mastering method, we're going to take a look at how we can control the low end using mid-side compression. Hello and welcome to Mastering in the Box. I'm your host Smudge, and in today's video we're going to take a look at how we can control the low end with mid-side compression. Before we get started, if you want to know more about digital mastering, then please don't forget to subscribe by clicking the subscribe button below, and make sure you click on the bell and select all to receive notifications on all of our videos moving forward. So here we have our master, and whilst we're happy with the overall tone of the low end and it's nice and refined, it's just a bit flubby. We just need to kind of just bring it all in and give it that tightness that we're looking for from the low end. How do we do that? Well, my first reaction would be compression, but if I add a compressor as an insert, it will affect the whole stereo field. We could look to add some form of multi-band compression and only compress below a certain threshold. Say if I was to set one of the low end parameters from 0 to 150, 200 Hz, we could apply compression under that band. However, it will still apply compression to the whole stereo field underneath that threshold. Now, when it comes to generally mixing, a lot of records that we listen to, we got the bass down the middle. So we got things like the kick, the snare, bass guitar, even the lead vocal are all centered down the middle. So it's the mono signal. We don't really want to compress the sides if we're looking at the low end down the middle. So this is where mid-side compression can come in really handy and can be your friend. In this video, I'm going to show you two ways and how we can apply mid-side compression to really control that low end. Example number one is one for all you Studio One 5 users out there, where we can use the splitter tool to great effect. I'm not going to go into how we can set up the splitter tool, but I will leave a link in the description down below, and there'll be a link at the top of this video where you can see another one of my videos where we go into the splitter tool in more depth. But needless to say, we can set it up by adding the mix tool at the beginning and end of the chain. We can click and drag the splitter, and it will then split the frequency into the mono or mid frequencies on the left and the stereo and side frequencies on the right. And then we can simply F5, click our favourite compressor of choice, and then drag it onto the left hand side so we only compress the mid frequencies. In terms of the compressor, it's a ratio of 2 to 1, a moderate attack and release, and then threshold to taste. Let's take a listen. So applying mid-side compression in this way, just controlling that mono or mid frequencies, could really give definition to that low end. Now if we don't want to affect the vocal too much, we can actually just go into the sidechain feature here of the stock compressor. If you click on the filter function, you can actually put a high cut, so it's only going to apply compression below a certain frequency. So here, if I set the frequency to 300 Hz, it's only going to compress that real low end. Let's take another listen. Forget you. So if you want to add compression to the low end but you want to let the vocal breathe, then this is a great option for you. For all you non-Studio One users out there, there are plenty of options available for you too. And in this particular example, I'm using the Millenia TCL-2. It's a Brainworx plugin available through Plugin Alliance. And all I'm doing here is engaging mid-side mode. Ratio of 2 to 1, moderate attack and release, and then just applying the threshold to taste. Let's bypass the plugin, let's take a listen. So there's no function on this particular plugin where I can really dial in just the low end, but it's really going to allow me to focus on those mid-mono frequencies. And what's really cool on this particular plugin is also a mix tool if you want to add some form of like parallel type compression as well. So if you're mastering your track and you really want to give that tightness and that definition to that low end, but you don't want to affect the dynamics of the overall track, then check out mid-side compression. It's a really great tool to use and one that I really think you should check out. I hope you've enjoyed this video, and all that's left me to say is I hope you keep safe and well, and I'll see you in the next video coming real soon.